Right, we have got this recorded.
2 angles.
We have got this down here, you can't see it, it's my laptop. And we've got this, which is up here.
Camera.
Now, if none of this works, we're giving up.
Who give up?
3 efforts to record this.
Are we going?
We're started, so we'll finish. We've got a little bit of news.
Yeah.
Angelos, tell them about what you've been doing for the Americans.
Well, I've been in America.
Which part of America?
DC.
DC.
District of Columbia. Right? So I'm there. I'm there. Well, I was there like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Like that. And I was hanging around DC.
Yeah.
Some of the country's finest monuments.
Right.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
Abraham Lincoln. That big knob that goes up into the sky. That concrete knob next to the river.
The Cockamboulios.
The Cockamboulios.
Well,
that big tit they've got on the top of the White House.
Beautiful.
That's some nice architecture, that.
Beautiful.
So in Washington they got the big knob that goes up straight, the concrete knob that goes up straight by the river.
Yeah.
And then they've got the big tit on the top of the White House.
Right.
So obviously I'm thinking to myself, that's a place I need to be.
And they've got a massive arse in the White House and all, haven't they?
Huge arse
In the oval orifice.
That's right, in the oval orifice.
Yeah.
So I'm there knocking around, just having a little look, you know. I was actually having a piss on the grass.
Yeah.
And someone banged on the window, like that, boom, 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 in the White House. Boom, 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 like that. He's gone. And I've gone, what? You know, he says, stop having a piss on the grass.
Yeah.
And I'm going, I need a piss, you know. I've held it in all over the Atlantic, you know.
Yeah.
And he goes, boom, 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 stop it.
Yeah.
I go, no. And he's obviously seen something in me, you know, defiance.
Yes.
Right? And he comes out of the White House door with his gun, right, his shotgun, and he clocks it. I'm going, whoa, all right, okay. And I put my knob back in my trousers.
Yeah.
You know, and I've done a Wembley.
Done a Wembley?
Yeah, just sort of let it dribble down the leg. Right, and I said, look, I've dribbled down the bloody leg now. He says, well, never mind about that.
Yeah.
This is the White House lawn and you cannot take a piss on the White House lawn. I says, well, excuse me, sir, but if you have public toilets around here in Washington DC, then I wouldn't have had to take a piss on the White House lawn.
A Wembley, yeah.
And do a Wembley and dribble down my leg, right? Yeah. He says, well, that's, you know. Anyway, we got chatting. And I've gone, who are you? He says, I'm the head of the CIA. He says,
oh, yeah.
And I says, what? I've heard about
you.
You're a Central Intelligence Agency.
Yeah.
He goes, yes. I says, I wouldn't mind working for you. Yeah. Why do you have your CV? Yeah. And I said, yes, I do. I took my CV out of my pocket.
Well, hold on, your CV. You know, doing the trolleys at Londis.
Yes.
Signing on for the best part of 18 years.
Yes.
Remember you used to clear up at the Las Vegas amusement arcade. None of that would qualify you, surely.
Well, that's what you used to think, isn't it? Except in America... Yeah. They don't know what signing on means. Right? Okay. So I've got on there 18 years signing on at the government. Yeah. He's thinking...
He works for the government.
The bloke works for the government.
Yeah, this geezer works for the government.
He says, what do you do? What is this job signing on? I says, it's covert operations. Yeah. Where you go into people's houses and you look through their drawers and all that stuff. Thinking to myself... That's what he's going to want to hear, isn't it?
Of course.
You know. He says, so why is it called signing on? I said, well, because after you've gone in and looked through all the drawers, you have to go back to the depot, the government depot, and you have to sign on this bit of paper and say, I've seen her pants, I've seen his bits and bobs in his drawers and all that stuff. And you have to sign on and let them know what you've got. He says, oh, okay, well, that sounds like a perfect qualification for the CIA.
Yeah.
I says, all right, well, he says, is that something you'd like to consider? I said, I said, well, I wouldn't mind doing that.
Yeah, of
and he
course.
says, do you have any questions for me? I said, well, how much will I be on? You know. He says, well, a starting salary of $150,000 a year. I said, all right.
I'll take it,
right, okay, all right, I'll do it. He says, we'll have to do some background checks. I says, all right, you do that, but whilst you're doing that, I'll crack on with working for you, and I'll work for free for a couple of weeks, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, he says, okay, and he's installed me in the White House, right?
Yeah.
I said, oh, this is nice, you know. I had a good look through the drawers, and I got to know where to, I look and got to go on all the vending machines and all that. You can get Coca-Cola in every room of the White House, in them vending machines, right? Anyway, I thought, I better do some work. So I sit down at the computer, I'm tapping away.
Going on Facebook and that.
Facebook. Well, because I don't really know how to use a computer. No. Anyway, while I'm on the computer, top secret CIA clearance I've got, this phone call comes in. I says, what's going on here? It's Ukraine.
Yes.
He's calling the Ukraine. Yeah. And I'm going, what is the Ukraine? I wasn't sure what it was.
Yes,
anyway, he said, I've got this phone call and I've typed it all out. I've just written it out, And I thought to myself, this thing's quite important, but I put it on the pile with the others. I put it on there like that. And some bloke's come along and gone, what's this? And he's grabbed it. I says, that's just Donald Trump's phone call with the Ukraine.
He went, oh?
Is this right? I says, it's just because I had my computer on and I said, it's Donald Trump's phone call with the Ukraine. And anyway, he goes, excuse me. He says, I need to take this up all the way to the top.
Yeah.
I says, all right, okay. Yeah. Take it all the way to the top. Anyway, it all kicks off big time, right? And I've been told that I'm now a whistleblower.
Really?
Yeah, whistleblower. But I have to be very careful because if anyone finds out I've blown the whistle, I'm going to get my pants pulled down.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had my pants pulled down on this because, I thought, there I go and work for the CIA in goodwill. Yeah. And they've turned around, they betrayed me and they pulled my pants right down on this one.
Yeah. I had my pants pulled down when I... When I tried to get the council to agree my extension,
yes,
I took all the paperwork up there. Basically, the head of the development, planning department, he pulled my pants down.
Pulled your pants down.
He pulled my pants down over it.
Yeah, you got your pants pulled down.
I had my pants pulled down over that.
Because I went to going back to sign on, and they says, where have you been for the last few? I said, I've been over working for the CIA. I haven't been able to sign on. He says, have you actively been looking for work in that time? I says, yeah, I have. I've been doing job experience of the CIA. He said, well, if you've been doing that, then you're not eligible for work. I says, I am eligible for work. You haven't called me. He says, sorry, you're going to have to go to the head office. So I've gone up to the head office, right? And they said, no, you can't have your benefit. Yeah. And they pulled my pants right down on this one. They pulled my pants down on it.
Yeah. Well, I had a similar situation when I worked for MI5.
Yeah.
I went there and they demanded to know, what have you been doing looking for jobs? I've been working for MI5. I've been all over to Belize and stuff, undercover. Yeah. And he went, so how does that experience help you with kitchen portering, which they wanted me to do to earn me money? Yeah. And I said, oh, God, you pulled my pants down. And you know what he did? He said, I'm going to pull your pants up. And he pulled them right up.
Wedged you.
I don't know whether I'd rather have my pants pulled down over it or pulled up.
Well, I've certainly had my pants pulled down quite a few times on these deals. I mean, I went to the fish shop the other day.
Oh, I know, you like a bit of smoked haddock.
Yeah, I said I want some smoked haddock. He's given me some cod, and I said, hold on a minute. This is cod. This is smoked haddock. He says, well, I'm going to charge you cod prices. And I've had my pants pulled right down on that one. He pulled my pants down on it.
I had a similar thing. Do you remember when I was working for Yves Saint Laurent.
Yes.
And I was working in the catwalk in Paris.
Oh, yeah, you was a model.
I was a model back in the day. Well, no, it's hard to see it now, but I was one of the top models.
Yeah.
And basically, and there was a lingerie one we'd done, and Anna Wintour was in the audience with her dark glasses and all that. I was just about to go, and Yves Saint Laurent, all three of them come up to me and go, will you put these on? I said, well, it's a bit skimpy. Yeah. And I said, well, I'm refusing to go on. He said, you will do it now.
Right.
And he literally pulled my pants down. Anyway, I said, come on, get on the stage.
Oh, Christ. And your pants just around your ankles?
Around my ankles. And I come on like that, and Anna Wintour, with her dark glasses, looked down at my knob and that.
She's turned to her assistant and gone,
here's how
someone's had his pants pulled down.
Yeah. And I had those big platform shoes and I wobbled away.
You must have fallen over.
I falled
over on the runway.
I falled over on the runway. Not only that, I rolled her right into Anna Wintour's lap.
Your bum right in her face.
Well,
I remember it was up there.
It was up there. I sort of tripped and fell on these high heels and my legs were akimbo. Basically, she was looking at her programme at the time, and her nose went right around my goochal area.
No. And of course, you were very nervous. There's all muck in there.
Yeah. Very nervous about it. When you was on the catwalk.
Well, I had the same experience with Anna Wintour.
Oh, yeah. Was it Milan?
Very much so. It was Milan, and they got me dressed. It was it was for the Versace collection.
I remember. Wonderful collection.
Oh, Christ.
2014, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2014 collection. He had these horns on me and all this. I said, listen, Versace, mate. Listen, if you put these horns on my head, I ain't gonna be able to balance. I'm gonna fall forwards.
Yes,
I can't be held responsible for what will happen out there. And he says, never mind about the horns. Yeah. He says, stick the high heels on as well. I says, mate, you are just making things worse.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. He says, never mind about the shoes. Yeah. He says, put on these knickers. I says, listen to me now, right? Yeah. If I put them knickers on, right? He says, well, never mind about the knickers, he says. Yeah. Look at the elastic in the knicker, right? And there's hardly any elastic in the knickers, right?
Oh,
I'm going, listen, you
it's
are
a recipe for disaster. I
know all about fashion, right? I know it's all weird and that, and you're making a statement.
No one's ever going to wear it.
That is fine, okay, that is fine. But if you put these non-elasticated knickers on me,
plus
high heels, and a pair of horns, I don't know what statement you're making, but I'm gonna look like a right prick, right? Yes. I don't want to tell you your business because you've been doing this a long time. The house of Versace is very reputable.
Oh.
I understand.
Yes.
But I'm going to look like a prick, right? I'm going to get out there. Anna Wintour is out there with her assistant, right?
Posh was there.
Right, and I don't know what's going on. Anyway, he pushes me out on the runway. He says, go on, off you go.
Go, like that.
Go, you know. Yeah. And anyway, Anna Wintour was there with her programme and her dark glasses and her bob and her plastic face, right? And I'm there, and I'm thinking, teetering on these fucking heels, right? And I'm thinking to myself, well, I mean, it's just a matter of time, you know. But then I start to get all confident, like you know, when I'm out there, all the adrenaline's flowing on the runway, and I'm thinking, this is actually very nice, and the lights are on.
You like the attention.
I like the attention. I like the fact I've got this weird outfit on. Yeah. You know, and I'm thinking, yes, I'm doing a good job for Versace, even though I feel like I'm being manipulated.
Yes.
You know, I feel like I'm doing a good job for him because he's like a father figure.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll get halfway down the runway. Sure enough, the knickers fall down.
Oh, God.
All right,
sorry,
high heels.
Sorry.
High heels. The high heels collapse, and I fall straight into Anna Wintour.
God.
Lap, you know, and she gets her
glasses. She looks down
at me,
to be
and
presented.
Of course, because I'm all the adrenaline's going and the lights on, and all the gooch has gone up, all the muck in there, and it must have stunk. Actually, it must have stunk, and I know that she didn't say anything because she's a very, very professional lady, and I had to say to her, I'm sorry, but I know you're not saying nothing, but I know that my gooch stinks.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry for that. Right. But I had my pants pulled down, like literally my pants was pulled down.
Well, they were. Went to the Milan fashion. It is something. He's got a passion. He went on the runway in front of the Vogue's best.
Yes.
He wasn't wearing pants and not even the string vest. He fell onto his bum. He rolled into the crowd. She got a whiff of his gooch.
Wow!
That proud.
She's professional though, ain't she?
Oh, she's very professional.
Hello, I'm Jack Beaumont. I do Crime Club. In Series 1 I spoke to people like this. Did you not kick a policeman in the head?
Yeah, that was, when was that? I was 17. Wait, was I 17 or 19? I think it might have been 19, actually.
In Series 2 I talked to people like this.
There was a paedophile with one leg. I kicked him clean out his wheelchair. About 4 of us, we battered him.
And this. Cheated on your boyfriend to give him gonorrhea? Do you want to go there, or would you rather not?
Yeah, no, I can talk about it.
I have jingles like this. That's Crime Club, where strange people tell stories involving bad behaviour. New episodes out every Monday.
Oh, because
New York.
Yeah. Oh, I worked for Anna Wintour. I was there for a month or more. I went to her office to see her one day. I went in and I bent right over, and then I began to say, "Excuse me, madam, I've got a condom. Could you deal with it?" And then I fell over, put my pants down. Not it. Oh God! We really do have to raise the level of it.
I know we do.
Anna Wintour, at no point can we just.
Loves this. She loves this.
She loves this. Oh,
she always listens to this.
Can I make this perfectly clear?
Oh, yeah.
For any legal legalese.
Yeah.
But despite that song, which was an international hit in Hungary.
Right across the Benelux region.
Right across the Benelux region. In the EAA region.
Yeah.
Can I just make it perfectly clear that at no point have I worked for Anna Wintour at Vogue?
No, that's right, you
haven't.
haven't.
At no point was I called into her office without any pants or a vest, tripped over and smacked her in the face with my gooch whilst tapping her tit at the same time. Right. That did not happen.
That did not happen, but it did happen to me.
Yeah, now that did happen.
Well, it happened to me because when I was trying to get into the fashion industry, I'll give her a call. I said,
I remember.
It's Angelos here. She went,
hello.
Yeah. Angelos. I says, remember that time in Milan when I had my pants pulled down and fell in your lap and my gooch stank? And she says, yeah, I remember that. How can I forget? She says.
How can I forget?
I says, well, with that in mind and the commitment I showed, is it possible that I could get a job with you, please? Yeah. And she says, yeah, all right, come on over to New York. So I've got on the plane, I've gone over there. And that's what I was doing in DC, like,
right.
I'd been fired from Anna Wintour's place.
Yeah.
And I says, look, I'm not going to beat about the bush here. I want to design clothes. It's my passion.
Yeah.
Well, we
know.
Always wanted to do.
We know that.
Well, I mean, actual fact, I don't give a shit about it. But there's money in that game, you know.
Yeah.
Alright, so she says, well, design us some clothes, you know. I said,
design us some clothes then.
Alright, I says, I'll design you some clothes. And I went and thought, no, I've got to think quick. So I went and, I nicked some trainers from the shop up the road, Shoe Express in New York. Yeah. And I've come back and I've gone, and I've got a couple of bits of paper and I've cut cock and balls out.
Yeah.
And I've just stuck cock and balls either side of these trainers on the heels, so it looks like the knob is going up, right?
She said, "Come here, what do you got from me?"
Yes, you know. And because I had to think quick, because I don't give you much time.
No.
You know. And then I got a little bit of string, and I just stuck that on the end of the knob, make it look like stuff coming out the top of it, right?
Oh, I see.
I stuck that either side of the heel, like that.
Oh, yeah, brilliant.
And she says, I says, here you go, look, I stuck it on the desk. I said, look, I haven't had a lot of time, but this is what I've done. And she says, all right, okay, because she's creative and like me. And she says, what do you call these shoes? And I said, I call these shoes the Knob Express because you run with them and there's knobs on the back.
Yeah.
And I said, they're the fastest knobs in New York.
Right.
You know. But she didn't give a shit. She said, I don't think this is for you. You know?
And she pulled your pants.
She pulled my pants down with that deal. The deal, my pants got pulled down.
It's like when I worked for Oswald Boateng in Savile Row in London. He makes all them bespoke suits and all that. And I had a Saturday job there a few years ago. He'd not long started.
Right.
Anyway, he went out
in the ropes.
Yeah, he went out the shop to get his lunch. He goes down to Soho, gets a fancy sandwich and all that stuff. Fine. He's a successful man. All right, do it like. I was left in the shop on my own, and I said, "Look, when you come back, I might have a little design or two for
something knocked up for you."
Something knocked up for you. Yeah. Anyway, I had previously bought a sandwich from Soho, not the nicest of places. I haven't got the money that Oswald's got. When he went out the shop, I thought, I'll just have a nibble of this sandwich. Anyway, it was off. Oh. I didn't realise. I tried on one of the suits, and I've shit in the trousers of this thing. I'm there. I've put the clothes sign. Suddenly, 2:15.
Bang, bang, bang.
You let me in, Barry. Oh, yeah. I'm like, fucking hell. There's shit all the way down these trousers. All the way down the stairs. So Oswald comes in. I said, nice lunch. Thinking, what am I going to do about these bloody trousers?
There's been a leak.
There's been a leak. So he goes, you said you was going to show me some of your ideas. I went, no. Oh, I'm thinking, bloody hell, am I going to get this? And I said, yeah. So he said, well, what's that? Them trousers there. I lift them up. There's shit all the way down the back.
What colour was that?
Well, the trousers were a fawn kind of beige, and there's all this brown. Anyway, I had to say to him, it's an autumnal feel I've got. I've designed this pattern. And he went, yeah, I like it. I go away with it. I go away with it. Because you know what fashion is like. It's all bullshit, isn't it? You see this stuff.
Muck for this pattern, but you don't have to use that.
No, you can
just dye the material.
And he went, that's very interesting, you know. But fashion is, you know, what do you think of the fashion industry?
I think it's the most fantastic industry in the world. I think it's all legit. I think everyone that works in it's a business.
Beautiful people.
And they're lovely. They're all gorgeous, and they've all got such nice personalities,
aren't they?
And they're helpful, and I think they are. I think they're contributing to the world at large, not just to themselves, to the elites. I think they're great. And Karl Lagertop, perfectly normal bloke,
and he come round to Karl Lagertop. He come round to. Remember we go to that social club in South Oxley?
Yeah, he's got his all button all done up to the top.
I invited him and I invited him in, you know, and I said, look, everyone, Karl Lagertop's coming round, and he's all there, I'll be a bit snobby. Right. I said, what are you having to drink? He goes, I'd have half a lager, please, and a Lagertop. That's why he calls himself Karl Lagertop. Yeah. And he had cheese and onion. He got on beautifully with everyone, you know.
Yeah. I saw him eat an whole onion once.
Karl Lagertop? Yeah. Really? Where was that?
Yeah. Well, we were at my house.
Yeah.
And he knocked on the door.
Yeah.
I said, who is it? He went, it's Karl Lagerfeld.
Yeah.
I went, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
He says, I was just, I got your address. I thought I'd come round. I said, all right, come on. You can. And the whole thing was weird because I didn't know the bloke from Adam.
Right.
And he says he got my number off King John Adams, which was unusual because I said to him, don't give my number out.
Yeah, of course.
Especially not to German designers. Right?
Yeah.
And he's done that. And I'm thinking, well, it can only be him, you know.
Yeah.
He's come round and I've said, well, come in then.
Yeah.
He says, I didn't, he sort of took over the place. So
he does. Yeah.
I says, go on then. What do you want? He said, I'm just going to sit here if you don't mind. I'll just sit here. I said, all right, go on then, sit down, right?
Put his cane down.
Yeah, put his cane down, and he, he's all sat up, all like that, like weird,
I
like
know, pompous,
just looking around the place.
Around, I
says, I'm watching Minder. If you want to join me, He went, no, I don't want that. I'm like,
cool.
I says, all right, well, anything you want to watch.
Yeah.
He says, no, I don't like much. I says, what, is nothing you like?
I'm certainly interested.
He says, yes, I like Pointless, but I don't want to watch it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
okay, fuck yourself.
Anyway, we sat there on the sofa, on one sofa, just looking around all like that, like a cat.
Yes, I know.
And me just going, I don't know what to do here about this. And then he gets his bag, right, and he gets his bag and he opens his bag. It's like a doctor's bag.
I know.
Like Jack the Ripper used
I
to.
know. With a little
clasp.
it
does that like that.
I know.
And he goes like this, he goes...
Opens it up
like that. Pulls out this onion, right?
Yeah.
I'm going, and I didn't say nothing. I just looked at him and I thought, all right, okay. Yeah. I think it's a bit of, what's he going to do with that?
Yeah.
Anyway, peels it all very slowly and deliberately, like he's like peeling a cherry chocolate orange.
I know,
right?
yeah.
And I thought, what's he doing?
Like a sort of baddie.
Yeah, like a baddie, that's right.
Baddie.
Anyway, he just sticks the thing in his gob and goes, like
that.
And I'm watching him do.
Yeah.
I'm watching him, and like he takes one bite out of it. I thought he's never going to get that down.
Yeah.
Anyway, few chews, down it goes. None of that. There's no gagging. He just ate it. Like,
did he?
And then he just ate the whole thing, the whole onion down, right?
Yeah.
And then he got the onion peel, right? Stuck that back in his bag, clasped it up, stood up, and then off he went. And it was like some sort of show of strength.
It's because they're artistic. These people.
It was some sort of show of strength. And I got on the phone. I said Kim John, and I said, Kim.
Yeah.
I've just had Cole Lagerfeld round here, right? And he goes like this. He goes, and I'm going, oh right, you give him my number, did you?
Yeah.
He says, yeah, I give you a number, him, and I give you him address. And I says, all right, well, thank you.
Yeah.
He says, I know what he did. Did come round to eat onion.
Yeah.
Went, that's what he did. Happy birthday. I went, it's not my birthday, right? And even if it was, sending Karl Lagerfeld round, sit here like a twat and eat a bloody onion in front of me, right? Yeah. You can do one with that sort of present, mate.
Right.
I'm not interested in that.
I had a very similar thing, right? I was minding my own business, not my birthday at all. Not my birthday at all. Ding dong, knock on the door. It's her who used to do the holiday, Judith Chalmers. Judith Chalmers company, she's all orange and that. Right. She's brought me a stick of rock for her latest holiday. Okay. She's brought me, one of them straw donkeys from Spain.
Were you expecting her?
Not at all. And I don't know the woman. She says, oh, hello, Barry.
Very similar to me and Carl.
Yeah, and she goes, I bought some Metaxa brandy over, whatever you like, duty free from the holidays. She goes, oh, look, got some maracas from Benidorm. Good. She goes, oh, sit down. Anyway, she sits down, and I'm thinking, well, Margaret's going, you were going to go out to the shop. I'm going, I've got bloody Judith Chalmers. She gets a straw bag, like a beach bag, not a doctor's bag.
Yeah, holiday bag.
She pulls out a leek, a leek with all the hairy bits on the end.
Yeah.
She
untrimmed.
Yeah. She peels it down, chomp, 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 chomp. She leaves the house. Margaret's going, what was that about? I said, I've no idea. Suddenly, bring, it came me. I'm like, and you again. Did Judy Chalmers come round? Happy birthday. I'm like, well, it's not my birthday.
Yeah.
He gone, I'm a crazy,
he thinks
he's wacky,
balmy, isn't he?
He's balmy, silly twat.
Yeah, and he's done that to me before.
What, with
He's well, I've been sat at home and I had Jeff Capes come round.
Oh, right? Capes, yeah.
And he says Jeff Capes comes round. I said, I don't know the bloke.
No, from Adam.
I don't know him at all, right? And he's banging on the door, nearly knocks the thing in.
Yeah, with Britain's strongest man.
Strong, right? Yeah. And I'm going, whoa, hold on, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, I opened the door and he says, hello, Angelos. And I went, hello?
Oh, yeah.
He says, do you know who I am? I said, you're Giant Ace, actually.
Yeah, they go,
he went, no, I'm not. I'm Jeff Capes. I went, okay.
Yeah.
She says, can I come in? I said, right then. Yeah. I don't know the bloke.
No, at all. No, not one bit.
I says, how do you know where I live, Jeff? And he goes, never mind that.
Yeah.
Anyway, on his arm like that, he's got 3 budgerigars.
Right.
And they're all sat on his arm. Right?
Good God.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking, oh, he's got budgerigars on his arms. What I'm thinking, right? And he comes in, he sits on the sofa, right?
Yeah.
And he gets his budgerigar and he goes like this. He goes like that, and they all fly off round the room. I'm thinking, oh shit, get it.
Right.
And then he goes like this, and they all land back on his arm again like that. He gives them all a bit of food, and he gets up without a by your leave and just goes. 3 seconds later,
the phone
ring.
Hello,
Kim Jong-un. Did Jeff Cape come round? I went, yes, he did.
Yes.
He said, did he bring budgerigar?
Yes.
I went, yes, he did. And they flew around the room and then he left. And it was all very weird, Kim. He says, yeah, I said, go round handle, I'll be weird. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
It's not my birthday.
Yeah.
And even if it was, I wouldn't want Jeff Capes coming down there with it. Although, to be honest, it was quite interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
He does it, he just misjudges things.
He really does. Toya Wilcox, 2 years ago, the doorbell rings, she comes in rolling a tyre through my house, out the back door.
Right.
This is what it is now. Yeah. It's something I suddenly remembered. Enough, she's gone out the back.
And he'd have paid her a fortune to do it.
Of course. So, you know, she says she want to be free, but she's not. She's very expensive.
Yeah, exactly.
She's, So anyway, the phone rang. Do you have Toya Wilcox come round with a tyre, rolling it through the house? And I'm a bit pissed off because Margaret was hanging the washing out outside, got in her way. Right. I said, yeah, go, happy birthday!
Yeah, not my birthday.
Twat. But that's Kim Jong-un for you, isn't it? Yeah. His name is King Jong-un. I'd stick it up his Korean bum. He come round with Toya Wilcox rolling a fucking tyre. I was really annoyed. I nearly smacked her in the grate, threw her in the fire. Yeah. She went out the back. I slipped on my sack and fell into the pond. Yeah. What is wrong with him?
Oh, he's all up the wand.
It's all up the wand. That's in trouble.
That's his
problem.
If
it's a wave a magic wand.
Oh, he's up the wand.
He's up the wand.
Oh, God. Well, I hope this has been of some use to you. Once again.
Anyone who's watching on Patreon, you can see that we've done our best.
Yeah, we've done our very best here.
Very best.
And thank you, everyone. Listen, if you want to go and see the Clinton Baptiste show, go and get tickets from www.clintonbaptiste.com. Tickets.
Yeah.
I think that's all. At Patreon, become Patreon members because we can buy a proper kit.
Yeah, that's a point.
Lovely,
we never take much money. We don't take any money from this, do we?
No. It's all free. We give you this gold.
Give this gold. All right, guys.
All right, thank you.
Lots of love, guys. Bye.